Everybody, welcome to another outdoor adventure. And I'm T-Cat on Clapper, all things T-Cat on YouTube. And today we're on the D&L Trail, that stands for Delaware and Lehigh Trail. It was a former railway that's now been turned into a trail. And what you're looking at right now is the Lehigh River. And a good part of this trail that I'm on today, where I got on it in Slatington, Pennsylvania at the Slatington Trailhead, and I'm heading southbound, will parallel along the Lehigh River. Along this trail, we're going to see a lot of scenic things, but we'll also see a lot of history. And right here under the growth, you're looking at existing rails that the trains once ran on when this was a vibrant and active rail line. This rail line would be used to transport the coal from the coal country of Pennsylvania and timber down to the marketplaces like Philadelphia and New York. Now, unfortunately, after World War II, trucks would come on the scene, and with cheaper fuel prices, they eventually had resulted in the rails slowly declining and ultimately almost ceasing to exist. And there is evidence of that right here that I am showing you. So we'll be riding into history. We'll be seeing a lot of beautiful scenery. This part of the trail is mostly tree covered, so even on the hottest day, you're in the shade and it stays relatively cool. Looking rather calm today, and that is a very pretty view of it, of the Lehigh River that is running parallel to the trail that we're riding. It's a gorgeous day. They were calling for partly cloudy skies, but it's been mostly sunny. About 77 degrees, and there's a cool breeze in here, so very comfortable, very nice day to be out on the bike. This trail's gonna be flat, mostly even, and it's gonna be crushed stone. It's not gonna be asphalted, but it won't be a terribly bumpy ride by any means. Up here are remnants of a bridge support that I believe dates back to the early 1900s. Very, very tall. We'll stop and we'll get a video of this. You can see this was a support for a bridge. I would imagine it had at one time been used to cross over the Lehigh River, but that part of the bridge is long gone. Stone and concrete have made up this monstrous structure. It's probably a good 20 to 30 feet high, my estimation. And these are the poles that you saw along the rail lines. So anytime you see these, you can be pretty sure at one time a rail line ran along that route. And the things at the top are what are called insulators. And you know what? If you go to antique stores, you'll find them being sold today. I guess people buy them for crafts and hobbies. I don't know what other use they would have, other than unless you collect or vintage insulators. Over here, there is something I have no idea. Applejack Creek water tank. It's posted as private property, but I have no idea what this once was. Look at the rock formation behind it. Absolutely incredible. And look at the size of the blocks. that was used to make up the structure. Whatever it was, that may have been an entrance, may have been a doorway, I don't know. Bugs are starting to come out now, unfortunately, as the weather starts to get a little warmer. And more scenery along the trail. And here we hit a little bit of, just a little bit, we have a little bit of sun. Some breaking the trees up here allows the sun to shine through. Oh, I hate these things right here. They're so narrow, and I almost have to stop. And I think that's their intention, because I could catch a handlebar or a mirror on it. They're very, very narrow. Some of the other trails, they're a little wider. The trail's lined with some very beautiful flowers all the way along the trail. There's something you don't see very often. It's in the woods. Don't ask me how it even got there, but it's been there a while. Most definitely been there a while. And this will not do it justice, but that is a very steep embankment right there. There's a chassis of an old vehicle. Might have been a truck, judging by the size of the tires. Who knows how long that's been sitting in there. If you watched my other trail video, the Ironton Rail Trail, we saw a concrete telephone booth that were used by the railroads. And that's what this is right here. They were used in the early 1900s. Now this one doesn't have anything inside it. The one in Ironton has the phone, and really it gives you a very good idea of what those booths look like and what they contained in them. Now the reason for these so-called telephone booths were because tracks were eventually reduced from 4 to 2. And during this time period, telephones were installed. So there was a better communication between the train men, the dispatchers, and other rail yard employees and ticket offices. They were called block phones because they were placed at the end of blocks or sections of track that ran between stations. The first phones were placed in concrete phone booths. In the 1950s, block phones were replaced by steel phone boxes mounted on poles. So here's an example of rail history. As I mentioned at the beginning, this trail, we will see a lot of beautiful scenery. We're also going to ride into railroad history. We're going to see some of it, some of the past. And there you look at early 1900 concrete phone booth. So let's continue on our journey. Another
Well,
look
I would
down
have liked
below
to have recorded some more, but I was getting low
Lehigh
on battery. So
River
this is going to end
and
this
onward and
part of the
southbound.
video of the D&L Rail Trail. So thanks for watching.